Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. So today we're going to talk about HGH Fragment 176-191. But before we get into that, I just want to ask everybody, if you're enjoying the videos, please hit that subscribe button. It goes a million miles in helping me to rebuild the channel because it gets more popular, we get higher rankings, and that's what I need to provide you more content. If you like the videos, please hit that like button because also that goes a million miles to help us. And also, to everybody that's subscribed, click that bell notification. Otherwise, you're not going to get the updates from YouTube on when my new videos are coming out. You don't want to miss these because I'm starting to pump out a lot more here. The channel's starting to grow again, and so I'm going to be delivering more content if it's on demand. So, let's jump into it. HGH Fragment 176-191. Extremely popular. I'm just going to call it Frag from here on out, but we know what we're talking about. People definitely show a lot of interest in it because of its fat loss abilities mainly, but I'm going to cover it all. I want you to know everything that there is to know about it because there's far more to it than just that. It's actually a fragment, as it says, of the HGH peptide itself. Now, what happened here? Scientists found that if they truncated the peptide at the C-terminal region, they could isolate the fat loss attributes that were associated with HGH. So taking this particular fragment from HGH, including the peptide bonds from 176-191, they actually found that they had developed a peptide that regulated fat loss basically 12.5 times higher than regular HGH. So now you can see why it's so popular and so sought after. Now, there's no question as to why so many people out there in the modern era want to utilize or have utilized HGH. All right, its ability to regulate fat loss, pack on size, and increase IGF-1 levels is just a few of the many attributes that many people seek. Now, HGH Frag, like I said, was developed so that people that were not looking for the growth properties from HGH could still reap all the fat loss, benefits. So, let's talk about HGH Frag in action. As part of a peptide regimen, anybody that's using it should seriously consider adding Frag into their protocol. Why? Well, it has a really incredible ability to regulate fat metabolism, which very few and far between where people aren't worried about that. All right. It doesn't have the adverse side effects on insulin sensitivity. So what does that mean? By isolating the tail end of the GH molecule, scientists out there have found that HGH Frag works even better than HGH to stimulate lipolysis, which is the breaking down of fat. All right, so it actually inhibits lipogenesis. So what does that mean? It means that it stops the formation of fatty acids and other lipids. So unlike other fat-burning compounds out there, you're not going to experience hunger-suppressing qualities or the jittery feelings that can be associated with something like ephedrine, for example, or like clenbuterol. So since it does not compete for HGH receptors, multiple studies have shown that Frag will not cause hyperglycemia. Another very important thing here. In addition, it will help promote lean body mass, protein synthesis, and it's also going to help to increase bone mineral density, and you're also going to experience some better sleep on it as well. So, how do we use it? Now, remember, and I've covered this in all my peptide videos, it comes in a lyophilized powder, which you're going to have to store in a cool, dry place. When you're ready to use it, you're going to have to reconstitute it with bacteriostatic water or sodium chloride that's meant for injection. I'm going to make sure that I cover that in every single video. Now, in order that I do on peptides, obviously. Now, in order to reap the benefits of Frag, you're going to want to dose around 500 micrograms a day. You can go higher than that, but that's generally all you're going to need. And this can be done, you take it in the morning, pre-workout, something like that, and then take it before bed. Now, take note of this and be aware that when you dose this, you need to be on an empty stomach. All right, I would say a good while, at least have not eaten for an hour. Some people will say a half an hour. I would say more like an hour. But I like the morning because you're fasted all night. That's really one of the best times that you can do it when you got absolutely nothing in your stomach. Okay, so be aware of that. It has to be on an empty stomach, or maybe with just a little bit of protein in your stomach from earlier in the day, or whatever the case may be. Now, like other peptides, it's been noted to not work as well in the presence of carbohydrates and sugars, so also be aware of that. So side effects most commonly associated are pretty few. Some people have reported redness or soreness at the injection site, but that could be due to several different things. There could be a little bit of lethargy or sleeping too much, but that isn't reported very often. But other than that, it's more positive, positive, positive. We're looking at destroying fat, promoting lean body mass. It's not going to affect your glucose levels. It's going to help strengthen your bones. It's going to improve sleep patterns. So, and for many, it's going to help protein synthesis as well. For the cost and the ability to totally break down fat, Frag is an amazing tool to use alongside basically anything, really. The added benefits without any of the side effects, I mean, what more do you want? So, HGH Frag, I'm not calling it the, like, holy water out there that's going to magically make you lose 100 pounds and put you into shape and this and this and this, but you can't expect that from anything. But what I can tell you is very effective and it works extremely well. But a lot of people that don't see results, part of the problem is, well, A, they don't have good quality of peptides, but B, they're not dosing it properly times a day and also eating around it or having things in their body that they're not supposed to be present, because that really, honestly, can ruin your cycle. You won't see any sort of results if you're, like, not following the protocols and eating around that window. So be aware of that. It's not for everybody if you can't handle that. But if you can, very, very promising, I assure you. So that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.